Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? Hoping very, very well. What's up? I figured I wanted to do a little bit of a streamy. So here we are. Sorry, I've just been doing a little bit of a fiddle with some background bits and bobs, trying to work out how I can sort of like StreamYard Football Manager stuff going forwards. I think I found a way of doing it, but don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. Might try it for my next stream. But I might try it to test at the end of this stream, to be honest with you, but we'll find out. But the general gist of this stream is we're going to do the Leeds Lowdown live, which is what I call these little streams where we're just having a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a conversation, discussing various Leeds United things. And we are going to be talking about, because I forgot to put this banner together, all the Leeds rumours in one stream, all of them. Effectively, that means that this is going to be a Q&A stream. That means that if you have any questions that you want to ask about any of the potential deals that Leeds United are doing or have done, just let me know, ping them in here, and we will be more than happy to discuss every single one of them. I think. I say every single one of them. There's some of them that are a little bit daft and we're not going to bother covering. But by every one of them, I mean we're going as deep as releasing Charlie Allen and him not having found a move yet. So, I mean, we're going all the way down. There's nothing that we're missing out here. You might as well fully commit to it. It's been a long morning. I'm like 4 meetings in already. But let's dive into it. The video I did yesterday covered the majority of the rumours, which should be absolutely not a problem. If you guys have seen that, you should have a rough idea of what's going on with absolutely everything at this moment. I am going to do a little bit of a fun thing, a little bit of a thing that I quite like to do from time to time, which is going to be the Is News Now Actually News quiz. I'm going to make this a maybe consistent thing on Leeds Lowdown Live. I'm going to get that name right at some point, at least once. One time in my life I will nail that, and it will be fantastic. But the general gist is, you may have heard of News Now. News Now is a website that is a big ol' aggregator that covers all the information you could possibly talk about. Basically pulls, scrapes information, articles, news from all the websites that it can, and gives you it in a nice, clean, categorized format, such as this. This is the Leeds United page. There's also fun little general election page, world, Gaza, Ukraine, climate crisis, business, football. That's where we are, under Championship, under Leeds, and plenty to talk about. Now, this is where we play the game of, is News Now effectively just a load of bollocks? And a lot of the time, the answer is seemingly yes. Because of just the way it works, because of the fact that a lot of people just sort of like try and get clicks on stuff, and it's understandable from their point of view. You're going to want to make a little bit of revenue on what you do. That's fine. But a lot of it is also like opinion-y stuff. So this one initially came from the Yorkshire Evening Post, has been reposted by Leeds all over, and they do their best to clickbait everything, which is where our little game comes in, where we play the game of, can we guess who they're talking about? Hello, Gary Paul. What's the latest with Cresswell? Any change of mind from the club, seeing as we're currently looking a little bit short at centre half? I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure on Cresswell. We've had no news at all come out from agents, from the club side, from the player, from even other clubs about interest around Charlie Cresswell. And that's why I didn't put it in the big video I did this morning, filmed last night, because I've not seen anything about Charlie Cresswell at all, which makes the whole thing incredibly complicated, because you have to have some idea of what's going on with him in order to make any form of story about him. Basically, no idea. Wish I could tell you, but there's absolutely nothing that I have seen about Charlie Cresswell recently, and that makes me think that likely to stay next season, purely because he's unable to find a move elsewhere. You never know. Maybe there will be something. Maybe there's something that just hasn't come out yet. But at the moment, it's looking like it probably not. He'll go out and Leeds if Leeds are Go on, Leeds. Go on loan if Leeds are smart. I think I'm in the same boat. I think a loan for Charlie Cresswell makes a hell of a lot of sense, just because he needs a lot of game time, needs to develop, needs to find ultimately where his ceiling is, and if his ceiling is going to be at Leeds United or if his ceiling is going to be elsewhere. Hopping back quickly into our cheeky little News Now game. What we're going to do is we're going to go story by story, and we're going to see if you guys can guess what each of the stories is about. So the case of Emma Louise-Jones stepping back from TV for health reasons, that is, we know. We know it's an Emma Jones story. We don't need to dive a little bit deeper into that one. This one confuses me. If you're in the chat and you're a little bit curious, on Leeds United permanent exit transfer practically agreed balance of fee talks in Euroclub's favour, what would be your first guess on who that is? Because I think I know who it is. I'm going to roll with it. Top story as well. Leeds United man has 11 days to seek transfer agreement to avoid awkward Farker meeting. That takes us until the new FFP year. In my opinion, that's going to be one of the lone rats. I think you have to narrow it down to Llorente, Christensen, Vuba. I want to say Llorente. See, it's a fun game. On the first one, I've just realised I'm sharing the wrong thing. I'm not sharing the window, I'm sharing the tab. That top one was Diego Llorente. I'm going to change my screen share so it's a little bit more of a windowy one instead. When I'm cleaning windows. Bosh, cool. There we go. So Leeds United permanent exit transfer practically agreed. Balance of fee talks in Euroclub's favour. We are talking Roca, probably. Mark Roca. I think I agree, because last night when I was covering all of the deals on the topic of Mark Roca, we had discussions on the fact that he was set for a permanent move to Real Betis, around £5 to £8 million, because the balance of the finances has shifted and whatever the word is for when the money goes funny. I've completely forgotten. Gary Paul also says Roca. I do think it's Roca. Let's have a quick look. Are you doing spoilers? That's not on. Don't do spoilers. This is a fun game. Leeds have virtually agreed to the sale of Mark Roca to Real Betis this week, with a £10.15 million buy option in his loan contract to be reduced as the two clubs find a middle ground. Yeah, that makes sense. Is that about €12 million? It feels like €12 million. I'm not 100% sure, but I also need to learn how to close tabs with a shortcut, don't I? Just to mean that I don't need to un-F11 myself. But yeah, it's sometimes a fun game. Leeds player to leave Elland Road on loan in double signing at English club. I want to say that's Everton, and they've used him as bait for Leeds fans. Yeah, it's Everton. Of course it is. Jackie Haradonna. £3 million leader has now changed his agent after being linked with move to Leeds United. I believe, when I looked at this one earlier, it was a player that we've not been linked to for a good while. Could we give him Wilbur as a buy one, get one free? You'd hope so. But then again, he's not got the smallest of wages, does he? Which could make things a little bit more tricky for us. This is just an Emma Jones one again. £3 million leaders now changed agent after being linked with a move to Leeds United. I don't think you guys are going to get this one. I think this one was a little bit of a tricky one, because it's not one that I've covered in the all stories thing yesterday. So if you can think of it, let me know, because this is a pretty new story and is one that we've been like unlinked with for a good while. But I think if that was a move, that could be quite good. Callum O'Hare would be a decent signing, to be fair. I think I'm in the same boat as you there. I wouldn't mind signing Callum O'Hare in the slightest, purely because, like, to get promoted from the Championship, you don't need every single player to be at a 10 out of 10. You need them to be good enough. I think Callum O'Hare is good enough, consistent enough to probably get things done. Completely free as well, which rules Callum O'Hare out of being the guy that is the subject of this article, £3 million. But I think Callum O'Hare is a very nice, fun, creative midfielder that if we're to play with him, I think would be pretty big. Like, as signings go, I'm not going to turn that one down. I think he's got what we basically need to go up next season, especially if at number 10 we already maybe, if you consider him one, Aronson, also maybe a winger. Rutter could also be a winger, could also be a 10. O'Hare being sort of a dedicated 10 in that, whether a substitute or a starter, is more than good enough for a signing if we're able to secure it. The issue is, if I hop back to the banner I had on Callum O'Hare, is that although this discussion isn't necessarily going away, and it's a free move for a very good championshipy player, there's also interest from other clubs. Let's see if anyone else is talking about it. That's about Steve Cooper. That's about Steve Cooper. That's just unrelated to Leeds United. Is it? Kind of. What do you think? O'Hare deal can be done. I still think Aronson will take Nonto's role. I think Aronson can take Nonto's role. Can be wide, can be central. But there's nothing sort of blocking that Callum O'Hare move, at least in my opinion. Oh, let's get that one off the screen share, because that one is very much not something that I'm allowed to screen share. That's from Football Insider, so I don't know if it really counts, but who knows? On this one, as far as I could tell, the interest isn't coming from Aston Villa. Anything that you've seen about people mentioning Aston Villa is based on the fact that Alan Hutton spoke to Football Insider. Alan Hutton, having formerly played for Aston Villa, it's very, very, very easy for Football Insider to clickbait that and say, Aston Villa friend says Callum O'Hare would be a great signing for Leeds, or something weird like that. The specific story is this one. Hutton, who played alongside O'Hare at Villa, remains good friends and insists that he fits the mould. Scored 10, provided 4 assists, featured 36 times after a pretty horrendous injury as well. Played a key role in Coventry's run to the semi-final. That doesn't matter too much. Currently backed. Who else has interest? Oh! They are saying Villa. Why are they saying Villa? West Ham, I think, could do it. I don't think Aston Villa in the slightest, just because I think he's comfortably not Villa level, and if Villa are going to the Champions League having signed Callum O'Hare on a free, people are going to be livid. Southampton also interested, but it's starting to feel a little bit like, oh, look at all the interest that's in for our client. I think there is a lot of agent talk going on. I don't think it's purely agent talk, though. Hard to sort of define at this point, but who knows? I do think the Red Bull in the background are working on a shortlist the way they work. Yeah. So the way that Red Bull tend to do things is they have an extensive scouting network, a colossal network of scouts all around the world that look at absolutely everything and have hair in your eyes because so many pets. And have lots and lots of people that are part of discussions constantly all around the clock about could we sign X, Y, Z person, including a deep scouting network in Africa, for example, which is why they pick up so many strong African talents. There's a big question at the same time, in my opinion, of is that like network going to be open to us? I like to think that it will be, because it'd be very weird for Red Bull to make an investment in Leeds United, Red Bull to have this massive asset and go, actually, we're going to sort of hamper our investment by not giving them access to this big scouting network. That would be fundamentally stupid of Red Bull to not sort of give us that access, and I think they're a little bit cleverer than that. Beyond that, it's more the 49ers that do the backgroundy stuff, I think. But yeah. I think Joe Donahue said the same thing, Red Bull scout Africa better than anyone. Yeah. I'm gonna quickly do a little cheeky bricky screen share. But what I'm also going to do is I am going to pop a quick link to my Twitch in the chat. Because I got a Twitch channel. Oh, it's great. I'm doing, whenever I'm streaming from StreamYard, I'm going to be multi-streaming across Twitch and YouTube now. because I think it's going to be quite useful. So if you've got Twitch, hop over there, give it a follow. If you've got Amazon Prime, a lovely little Prime subscription, that could be quite nice. Anyway. And just to prove my point, look, there's two of me. Oh, I'm in both places at once. Oh no, there's three of me. I want to see how bad this gets. Oh, we're making a hole. That's spooky. And it just keeps going down. Anyway, let's go back to just me. We'll let that hellscape go away for a minute. Where are we? What was I going to do? I was going to check FBref and have a very quick look at recent RB Salzburg players, because I believe their African players tend to go in via Salzburg and develop from there. Let's get transfer marked up as well, actually. Not England. We are looking for Austria. The Austrian Bundesliga. RB Salzburg. Cool. Hard enough to deal with one of you. You horrible, horrible, horrible man. No, it's fine. It's all good. I know I'm a nightmare. So, let's have a cheeky little look at all transfers for RB Salzburg, shall we? This might take a little while to load, so I'll give it a second. Whilst we're doing it, actually, let's do the Immaculate football grid for today, because I've been trying to learn a little bit more. I've been trying to improve my ball knowledge, so you might as well. I'm not going to do this one. This is horrific. Let's bring that screen share up. Never mind, that screen share's gone. Never mind, that screen share's back. I'll be honest, I don't know enough about Rennes. Or Willem Zwei, I think, is what they go by. Or Freiburg. So this isn't easy. World Cup appearance that played for Rennes. I'm going to go Rafinha. Why am I the only Leeds fan live that thinks Somerville is not leaving? I'm also not kidding. I think Nanto will go. Ron in Moscow's voice. I think it's a spot where the amount of money being talked about isn't something you can really turn down. When you're talking 30, 35, 40 million pounds as a fee received in the championship, you don't question it. You just go, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. Why can't I think of any villain players? Or Rennes players at all? Who the hell plays for Rennes? Somerville's going, let's be honest. That's where I'm sitting on this. Oh, Rennes forward. Truffert, maybe? Adrian Truffert. Oh, he just pulled that out of nowhere. Rennes Dortmund, nothing. Absolutely nothing. European villain. Fuck knows. European Freiburg. Guys, I'm gonna need a hand. I'm gonna need help on this one, because nothing's coming. I can't think of any Dortmund players. Has Hummels played for Freiburg? I don't think so. Emre Can, maybe? No. Has Haller played for Rennes? Why have I got a feeling that Haller played for Rennes? Ginter. Ginter's a shout. I'm going to take Ginter, in fact, for European that played for Freiburg, just to make sure that we're filling up that box. Because no box shall go unfilled here. We're going to get everything. We're coming for the lot. Isaac played for BVB and Willem. Did he? Shit. No cheating though. You gotta actually pull them out your head. Rennes Academy's near a joke. I know. It's insane. However, I can't think of a Rennes player that played for Borussia Dortmund or a European villain player. I think Somerville goes. Nonto, I don't think will. Last summer, Phil said that Zurich could put in a large sell-on clause, so we'd need a big offer for it to be feasible. Yeah, that's very fair. I promise no cheating. That's fair enough. It's more of just a sort of... I know you wouldn't because you're someone that reliably pops into chat all the time, but in the event that, like, there's someone that's new, it's a good point to go, okay, let's not do cheaty. Let's keep it as pure and wholesome and good as we can. Because that way we get better results. No idea. I absolutely feel you. Oh, Rennes and Dortmund. I can't think of Freiburg World Cup either. I think the Liverpool loanee who went to Hull played for Dortmund. Yeah, but was he at Rennes or Freiburg? Did Fabio Carvalho play for Freiburg? Or Rennes? I don't know. I don't think so. I love that we've just given up on Willem. We're just like, that's done. That's fine. Right, Freiburg World Cup players. I think Germany. Klose didn't play there. The likes of Muller and Kroos have basically spent their entire careers at one club. So you want to be defensive, but not Rudiger. Oh, what's the current Germany left back called? Did Aubameyang start at Rennes? That's a shout. I don't know if Pulisic played for Rennes. No, I don't think Pulisic did Rennes. I'll try Oba. Shit. Shit. Oh, come on then. There's got to be some ideas. I'm not having any of them. Freiburg World Cup. Also, it's still got the Callum O'Hare banner, so let's not do that. Let's go back to the all Leeds United rumours in one, because that is what we're talking about. We're just doing some bits and bobs in the background. We got 3 guesses left. Andrik. Has Andrik played for Freiburg? Shit off. Sod it, we're going to make random guesses. No, we ain't got that. 303 Europeans have played for Willem, and 11 World Cup players for Willem. Who's played for Dortmund and Freiburg? I don't know. It's not going to tell me. Thanks so much. Much appreciated. Oh, FB ref. You do treat me sometimes. Anyway. That one went well. We'll do one more of them, and then we will... No, sorry, we were talking Salzburg, weren't we? Right, all of the Salzburg moves. So, first up, you can see that Salzburg very, very, very clearly get a pretty hefty benefit from being part of the RB market anyway, signing Douglas Mendes from RB Bragantino, or having loaned him out to Bragantino, sorry. I kind of want a slightly more detailed version that gives me nationalities, to be honest. Are Liefering part of the network? Because adding them to it isn't a problem. But yeah, they signed Douglas Mendes for 2 million, sent him back to Bragantino on loan, which is pretty good. You're getting a lot of development out of your players there. Did they sign Bidstrup? Shit. But for some reason, I'm not getting nationalities here. So I'm going to go for... Let's go current season's transfers. Does it give me nationalities? It does! Right, arrivals. So in terms of like their international Africa scouting network, you got to consider Malian player Gausu Diakite from Guidaz in Mali. Very, very good. Is a obvious sign that they do really, really good scouting throughout Africa, which is what we're sort of paying attention to here. A bunch of players from Liefering, who I guess are probably associated. Dorjel Nene from Westerlo is returning on loan. Again, someone they got from Mali. Ivorian player Oumar Diakite on loan, Liefering. Benede has Cameroonian nationality, but French, so I don't know if that counts. Diambo from Mali. Douglas Mendes, they signed from... What are they called? Bragantino. Loan return for Mamadou Sangare, again from Mali. Kunfula Yeo from, again, Mali. Daniel Owusu from Ghana, twice. But yeah, general rule of thumb is the Red Bull stable is really, 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 really good at scouting Austrian players. Not Austrian, African players. Also quite good at scouting Austrian players for obvious reasons. They're in Austria. So outside of that, Gona Douaf signed from Saint-Etienne, from the Central African Republic. But again, they'll have been aware of him for a good while because they've got that link with Africa. Signed from Mimosas, Karim Konate for $3.5 million. But consider the sort of level he's going to be playing at for that. Karim Konate is a very, very good footballer from everything I've seen of him. Austrian Bundesliga, 20 goals in 29 appearances in his first season. This is less of a point of we're going to be signing Karim Konate than it is we're going to be in the conversation to sign the next Karim Konate. We're going to be in the discussion to sort of... What's the way to phrase it? We're just going to sort of make sure that we are in the conversation for that next young African talent because we've got access to that massive, unending scouting market, which is brilliant, to be honest, because it's an entire continent of football players that have gone... Dog's going wild. One second. I'm back. Sorry about that. Kayla's back from a training course in Warrington. Imagine having to go to Warrington. God. But yeah, as long as those conversations are happening and we're in the room and we're having that discussion, brilliant, fantastic. That's what like Red Bull sort of offers us at this point. I'm not entirely sure what Leipzig's chatting looks like, if that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. I'm just sort of throwing words together at this point. I'm out of my flow, you know. But let's just have a bit more conversation. So if anyone has any questions about those Leeds rumours, just ask. I've got the question mark in the wrong place there, haven't I? God. Been a long one already. I'm now in the weird, most exclusive Discord I've ever been in. It's fantastic. Right. Let's add that to the stage. Let's do another one of these, because these are quite fun. Previous grid will do this one. Oh, shit off. That looks easier, to be fair. That looks significantly easier. Dutch Liverpool. Dutch Liverpool, I'm going Van Dijk rather than Gakpo, because I need someone for PSV Dutch, which is where I will be going with Cody Gakpo. Famous Leeds signing, Cody Gakpo, actually. Oh, who's Dutch and plays for Leverkusen? Frimpong. A domestic league champion that plays for Leverkusen. Who is currently at Leverkusen? How have I forgotten all of Leverkusen's players? Domestic league champion in the top tier. Right. Right. Can someone think of a very, 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 very weird Liverpool player? Carvalho does count. Yeah, he's played for both clubs. That wasn't what I was going with for the Leipzig-Liverpool link, but we'll take it. I'm trying to think of a very, very weird, specific, side character player that was at Liverpool in their title-winning season. Maybe Matip. I think Matip would be low, wouldn't he? Surely Matip's low. Yeah, go on then. Sure, Matip. 5%. That'll do. Who played for Leverkusen this season? Brewster. Brewster would have been a shout. Would have been a very good shout, actually. Shit, that's annoying. Who else? Who plays for Leverkusen? Oh, I've covered their matches so often this season. Wirtz. Florian Wirtz. Has Wirtz also played for Leipzig? No. No. But who's done Leipzig and Leverkusen? Who's at PSV? Is there a player we've repeatedly tried to sign from PSV? There's something like tickling my brain, and it's not sneaking through. Other than that, we're on the Leipzig discussion. Schick. Ooh. Which one for, though? Is that Leverkusen domestic champion? Because unless Schick played for Leipzig. Because we're currently looking for Leipzig links with Leverkusen and PSV. Or someone that's won the domestic league for PSV. Important question. Xavi Simons. That, yeah, it's a shout, actually. I like it. Good shout. We are down to Leipzig Leverkusen. Did he play for... Keep in mind, if we get one wrong, we lose one of our shouts. He did! Now we need someone that plays for PSV. Did they win this season? I think they did. But why are none of their players coming to my mind? Oh, this is a risky one, but I think Gertrude plays for them. No! Oh! Fucked it. Oh, we're doing so well. Right, sorry. We'll try an English football one. Ooh! Hello. This is a bit zesty. Right. Let's start with an obvious one. Repeat. We're already struggling. Why do I not know ball? Lloyd Kelly, new signing. Is he? What, for Palace? All right, I'm not going to risk it. I'm gonna give it a second. Okay, this is maybe a rogue shout, but I think Ryan Brewster's played for. Did he not play for Bournemouth? Didn't he? Brand new signings, I'm not going to risk, just because I know that. Come on, words. Because I know that FB ref works on matches, so we won't have played yet. Why am I struggling so bad? Why is no one coming to my mind? Harvey Barnes. Was it Leicester, not West Ham? Why did West Ham? Because I'm thinking of Jarrod Bowen, because they're both wankers that always score against Leeds. Andy Carroll. Fair, could fit anywhere, to be honest, couldn't he? Did he play for West Ham? Why not? Yep. Right, Spurs. Let's run through Spurs. I don't know why I thought Gary Cahill played for Spurs. Because he was Chelsea to Palace. This Newcastle Bournemouth is throwing me as well. Callum Wilson. There we go. Right. Now, we've lost the easy one. We've lost the nice, friendly one. Can't link for Spurs Palace. I also can't link for Spurs Palace. Spurs Sheffield United. Is there anyone that started at Sheffield United and then got good? Why have I got an Eric Dyer feeling that I don't want to act on because it's Eric Dyer? Andros Townsend. Oh, where else has he played though? When I think Andros Walker, that's a shout. When I think Andros Townsend, like all that comes to mind is Palace. Did he play for Bournemouth? West Ham, struggling. Palace, Spurs. Did Townsend play for Spurs? Oh shit, Townsend played for Spurs. Right. Bournemouth, Sheffield United. I don't know why Ahmedodzic is shouting out to me, but it's not going to be him. I don't know any Sheffield United players, I've just realised. David Brooks. For which one? Fine. We'll say Brooks probably played for Sheffield United, I guess. Hey, there we go. Sheffield United, West Ham. Okay. Ramsdale, Bournemouth, Sheffield. Oh, we've already taken Bournemouth, Sheffield. Piss. I'm out of ideas. I'll be honest with you. I ain't got nothing. West Ham Palace. Callum O'Hare. Leeds have genuine interest in him. It's starting to look that way, yeah. Ramsdale played for Bournemouth. He did play for Bournemouth, yeah. Oh, hello. Deal close, set to sell. Brilliant player and permanent transfer with fee secured. That's going to be Rocker, isn't it? Is it? Rocker, yeah, cool. Yeah, I've not seen any new news around Callum O'Hare, but there's definitely the conversations going on around him pushing for a move. Bournemouth Palace is throwing me. The entire thing's throwing me. Rocker going. Yeah, he absolutely will be. I think in the area of 5 to 8 million quid is what I'd expect, but because that is at the very least break even on FFP, and that is, I think, the least we would go for. What was that CDM called from Ghana? Jefferson Lerma. Oh, that's a shout. Have you pulled out Jefferson Lerma? What a pick, Taylor. Banger. What's the CDM called from Ghana? I don't know. I don't think of Partey from Ghana. But yeah, the rocker move looks like it is on the brink of happening, in my opinion. But we shall have to find out. Got told from someone at Leeds, us and Southampton are in from Gray is staying. Yeah, Gray, I don't see moving. That feels like that's basically settled. Oh. West Ham, Sheffield United's throwing me, as is Palace, West Ham. The best we can get at this point is 8. But it isn't coming. It ain't happening. It was the 2 o'clock kickoff today, by the way. It's not going to be that one. It's Serbia versus Slovakia / Slovenia. Whichever one it is. Slovenia, I think. Which should be pretty good. Should be fun. Quick reminder, by the way. Senegal, not Ghana. I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm going to go on your half hint. Oh, it's Kouyaté. Fair enough, I'll take that. Who's on the West Ham Sheffield United list? Oh, that's horrible. That's genuinely horrific. The most recent is Ravel Morrison. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, sorry, we won't get in Ravel Morrison. We will, however, at least we're trying to get Rodon. That's the wrong one. In July, just depends on the promoter 3. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth giving a go. But whether or not it happens is shaky. A little bit shonky. Let's try the next grid back, see how we do, and then move on a bit. I say move on a bit, and then I probably need to nip off because I quite desperately need some lunch. Right, Ipswich and Chelsea. It's a shame that our favourite Ipswich fan isn't here today. Let's go for Omari Hutchinson. Chelsea and Coventry isn't coming to mind. I'll be honest, this being very championshipy is a pain. These are more difficult as well. Barry Bannon, well done. You're Europe. I should definitely get that, right? Barry Bannon for European and Huddersfield. Don't need drink water. Yeah, that works. I think Melier stays. I think Melier stays as well. I think that's... Yeah, it's A, tough to try and find a buyer, and B, it would be incredibly silly to move him on at this point. There's no real point. I feel like Huddersfield coming from a Villa fan. I'm proud of you, Taylor. You've got good takes sometimes, aside from being a Villa fan. Ooh. Has Kiefer Moore played at a World Cup? Yes. Right. 6 to go. 5 guesses. How has a Huddersfield player played at the World Cup? Ooh. Gojula didn't come up with a soft spot for Leeds. Thank you. James Maddison. Who did James Maddison play for? Was it Coventry? For Huddersfield, I'm going to go Aaron Moy. But if Maddison was at Coventry, that fixes this problem. Keane and Maddison. Shit. It's very helpful. Now we just need Europeans. Which is tough. Because I don't know these squads at all. I think Casey Palmer started at Chelsea. That's a genuinely very good shout. Oh, that's a perfect shout. Robbie Keane, I would. But considering I wasn't allowed Barry Bannon being European, I don't know if I'm getting Robbie Keane. Because I think it's going to kill me on Great Britain. Who plays for Ipswich? What's that Ipswich squad? They just got promoted. I should be able to remember more than one of them. Who plays for Coventry? Ireland's European. That's a good point, but it's the same Isles, so I don't want to risk it. Chaplin. Where's he from, though? Because I don't... We'll try Keane. It doesn't give me Keane. Hey, why didn't you let me have Barry Bannon? Right. We need Taylor at Ipswich. That'll do. What the hell is the first name of Taylor at Ipswich? Hladky. Hladky will do, yeah. Finnish, isn't he? There we go. And then we've got 368 Europeans from Huddersfield. I'm very annoyed it didn't let me have Barry Bannon. Most popular, Jonathan Hook. Barry Bannon's at Sheffield Wednesday. Oh. I confused my dog shit West Yorkshire clubs. Well, Sheffield Wednesday, not West Yorkshire. I confused my blue and white dog shit Yorkshire clubs. How was that only just clicked? All right, I'll do one more of these, and then I might call the stream to an end. Because bits to do, food to eat. Here we go. South American nationality for Liverpool. It's got to be Puis Piaz. Who do you want as Somerville and Nantes replacements? Want or realistically think we can get? Because they're very different questions. Who did Liverpool sign from Wolves? Liverpool signed someone really good from Wolves. Jota, yeah. Thank you. Needed that. Fulham is it Carlos Vinicius? Cool. Has Ryan Brewster played for Forest? Everyone's played for Forest. But has Ryan Brewster? Who do you think we can get? I'll be honest, in terms of wings, there's not that much conversation going on. Might be a couple of loans rather than anything else. Yeah, it's a toughie. I think if we get O'Hare, then shift one of Aronson and Rutter to the wide areas, I think that'll do the same job. Think. Can't be certain, but it'd be nice. Who's played for Fulham and Wolves? Why have I got a João Paulinho feeling? It's because he's Portuguese. That's why I've got a João Paulinho feeling. Oh, who have Borough got? South American Borough player. That on Liverpool Forest, Reece Williams. No, not Reece, Nico. Okay. I wouldn't be shocked if Nonto stayed looking at Somerville's season progression. Maybe Nonto stays. I think Nonto sticking around is tricky, especially if he tries to force a move, but it's definitely like doable. Also, once more, I'm going to point you in the direction of the Twitch channel, because why not? If you do have a Twitch Prime that you ain't using, then that would be massively appreciated. And I'm covering both of them at the moment for especially gaming stuff. So it should be good. Right. Forest. Forest. I'm struggling, I'll be honest. And this is really proving how little I know about Borough. Which is a good thing. I mean, no one cares that much about Middlesbrough. But, Latte Lat, but who's feeding him chances? Latte Lat's English. Has Rodak played for Forest? Why do I think Rodak might have played for Forest? I don't know. We'll find out. No. I'm going to give up because I need to nip off very, very soon. Average score on this one was 4.8. Most popular scores, Britta Sombalonga, wasn't getting that. Juninho Paulista, fair enough. Adama Traore played for Borough. Oh, Raul Jimenez. And I wasn't going to get a lot either. Which is a pain, but it's a pain that we have to deal with. And with that, I believe I'm going to bring the stream to an end. It was meant to be a very quick one. It was a very quick one. Always nice having folks along for Leeds Lowdown live. Might do an FM stream a little bit later. Not quite decided yet, especially since I'll be watching the England match. So I've got that to work around, but we'll find out. Either way, hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, pop a like on it. That's always massively appreciated. If you're not yet, I'd massively appreciate you subscribing to the channel as well. Just helps it to sort of push along a little bit. I'm aiming for 4,000 by the start of the season, which is tough to reach, but sod it. I've set myself a goal. I'm going to push to it. Either way, hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will see you later. Ta-ra.